ashamed of them. And
Did you fall in
also,
love during like the Stevie Y years? Because that's when I
oh
like knew the Red
man,
Wings were like the best. Like,
Late 90s. Late 90s
yeah,
Red Wings were
yeah, yep,
vicious.
yep,
nothing like it.
yeah, that was
Nothing
exactly,
like it.
yeah, Iserman. And also, what I was gonna say is start the because we are live. I'm rocking all of the red because Manchester City did their thing against our supposedly same city rivals, and then they fumbled their own match in the Carabao, so they obviously don't even want to rep red. So I figured, why not just take both colors for a week or so? Just starting off a little spicy on the list stream. I got my drink. I've been
Hey.
testing, so this is like 2.5. We out here.
Put them up. Put them up. What you got? Charlie, what you got
Hey,
up there,
cheers to
bub?
everybody.
Oh, just a little simply situation,
Just a
nothing
little
major.
simply.
See, talking
A
about
simply peach.
he under the red.
Hey yo,
We
Hey.
bowling. We out here.
This man
Oh.
always comes in with
Y'all just gonna watch me make this drink right now in front of y'all.
mixology. Get it popping,
yo,
bro.
big Uncle Tom energy right now. Y'all gonna make me watch this drink right now?
with
I'm gonna have
the,
this
with
thing
the
in my mouth. I'm gonna
stogie
keep
in the
talking with it.
lid.
With this, hey, it ain't going nowhere.
Cletus?
It ain't falling. You see that? It ain't falling. That's a real man. That's 40 right there.
That
That's what we've been doing
carburetor,
for
that
years.
carburetor, I took that for $50,
Hey, it's the alternator, baby. I can get the alternator about $35, $40. Ain't nothing to it. Ain't nothing to it. You give me something for the corner store, I got you. Ain't no thing. Give me a little
$40 and
tip.
a pack of Newports. Newport
Hey,
Bro,
man.
the
Sport 100.
skits that come with this
Yeah.
right now are A1.
Oh my
I need
God.
you right now to just say something country as hell with that stogie in the corner of your lip, but something in regards to how sexy Ruben Diaz is.
I mean,
That boy got a nice little six pack, don't it?
you know, don't a nice specimen of a man. You know what I'm talking about? Nice specimen.
They call him Father Ruben. He could be my daddy anytime.
Oh, okay.
It's lit already, guys. It's 8:03 Eastern time. It's 8:03.
That man Dom came with the energy, boy.
Oh, this is like a cold open. I'm Crunk Chocolate. This is Sharpie Charlie. Tom Bomb. Lando. We are Shades of Blue. This is from FanFest Live. Love y'all. This is the lit stream. We are here. We got a beautiful day, beautiful night, beautiful day, beautiful night with some fantastic co-hosts. But first, please feel comfortable. Lighten up those chats. I'll be checking YouTube as well. But for the best lit stream experience is here with us on FinFest Live. If this is your first lit stream, hi, hello, welcome. Hope to see you again. If this is your last lit stream lately, you felt like you've been unlucky. Nah, bitch, I voodooed your ass because I saw you turning off the show early in my brains. Have fun. You better watch the show full and the replay. You got to double it up in order to ward off this curse. You're welcome. We got a wonderfully explosive episode for you folks. Well rested, obviously. There's no reason to pay attention to the I Don't Care About Cup. Shout out to Tarek. We are out here. We're just going to talk about some football. Christele Bond, Puneet, and Sal from Curva Mundial Pod. They are our guests. Where should we start? I guess Lando. Let's let the new guy lead. Where are we starting this?
We do not care about the Carabella. So we do not Carabella. I suppose, since we're rocking the red and we're getting a little saucy and spicy, I would like to propose a conversation about a tweet that came out around 6 p.m. earlier today from a wonderful tap-in, is what I call him. Tap-in Tim Romano. Some of you on the streets out there call him Fabrizio. Fabrizio Romano decided to put a little tweet out there about a little something club. And the funny thing I want to just bring up is the timing of it all, guys. Behind a paywall in a particular English media source, you can find a story behind the title and the few statements, because I don't pay for that paywall. But what I'm going to tell you is behind the paywall, it alluded to the thought that a certain club on the red side of Manchester is looking into a possible managerial change, only for the tap-in merchant himself, Fabrizio Romano, to go opposite of that paywall article. In fact, he was so strong to say something along the lines of everything is fine. They're full steam ahead with Ten Hag. In fact, let me go ahead and be a little bit more exact about this. But I'd like to start there, guys. Tap in Romano giving us potential Ten Hag changes.
Can you read the tweet? Yeah, because I haven't seen it.
Manchester United deny any idea or contact to replace Eric Ten Hag with new head coach. Club sources guarantee stories on a new manager are categorically false.
Well, it's because there's who do you replace them with? I said it already. I mean, I'm gonna let you guys get lit because I'm gonna be spicy on other subjects. I'm gonna be somber and earnest. They need an ego death, and that's just because what their expectations of themselves are. That accepting like a restart, and the crazy thing is they're like in eighth, seventh, eighth. Like they're not in a bad spot, but obviously their expectations of who they are and what they should be is just not able to connect, and it's been long enough. And isn't there some like dope manager in like Argentina or Paraguay or something that they can bring up and just like change stuff? Every I just refuse to just give the answer to the Glaziers. I just feel like
really
it just needs to be an inward thing, and it might be. And I don't want to bring our only United guest on to talk about that because he's also said in multiple tweets I'm not talking about them, so I would respect that. It's just I don't get it, so I'm gonna let you guys turn up though.
That sits with me. Go ahead, Charlie, do your thing.
What I'll say is this, right? And this is truly just being objective as possible. They are only 2 points behind Brighton and Newcastle. Like, even though the goal differential is terrible, they are -5, Brighton's a +4, Newcastle's +15. Again, it's only 2 points in the table. And they have a very easy run of fixture. I'm sorry. They have winnable matches coming up. Not going to say easy because we know things aren't easy, but winnable. You get Fulham, Copenhagen, Luton Town, Everton, Galatasaray. I mess that up every time. I'm so sorry to my Turkish folks. And that's to finish out November, right? So, like, you could theoretically get points in every match the rest of the month. And then, like, by the time you get to December, you get people healthier, and now the team looks different. Okay, Crunk was 10,000% right. Woo! High praise from me. But so it's like to fire him now only puts you in the same cycle of how you got OGS. Yeah. And like when you fire somebody mid-season, you bring in a club legend, and then you get stuck with them. Like, so, like, if I was a Man United supporter, which I would never be, but if I was, and for those people I care about, I would just say ride it out. Because, again, losing the City 3-0 is not the worst thing in the world. I honestly think the 6-3 was worse last year. And we see that they turned it around by January and they beat us. Like, even though it was controversial, like they went on a hot streak. So, like, if they are sensible and, like, hopefully the new money from a rich British guy, he is going to, like, have some calm in there. It's not the craziest thing in the world to think, like, they could win points and make top 6. It's fine. Still better than Chelsea. So
there's that. There is that.
Tom, you on mute?
So no.
You're good.
I was just gonna say because okay, one of the things that we like to do over here at Shades of Blue is put our homies on. So shout out to the homie Tosa McKende, writing for CBS Golazo today, actually, about Manchester United and their problems. And basically, a short synopsis will say, like, nothing will change until, like, the cycle will continue until the Glazers are no longer managing owners of that club. And that's a really depressing, like, spot to be in as a sports fan. Because, I mean, I don't feel for United fans in the way that, like, I mean, y'all chose United. That's y'all like Latin life. Y'all go to bed
You
with
live with that.
dogs,
You live with
rise up
that.
with fleas. That's right. That's right. So correct. So like the only thing that I can really like, but there is like a hopelessness that their fan base does have. Like, and the only thing that I can really equate it to would be like in American football, if we were talking
Football.
about the Washington football team, and how Dan Snyder owned that for 20 years and like was obviously the impediment to their success. And you see now that ownership of the club is in fact the impediment to their success.
Yeah. I think Crunk said it best, man. I can't get over ego death. That is just an absolute great verbiage for what needs to happen. I completely agree. They need to come to reality, look themselves in the mirror, and understand that not a think about the entitlement about some of the situation with the players, the wage structure. Just think about the way. Go do yourself a favor. You want to have a laugh on any day that ends in Y, and you're having a bad time as a City fan. If you're out there, not to just shit on this club right now, but just pull up Google their wage structure and have a laugh at how much they're paying McTominay and Martial. Just have a laugh at how much some of and compare it to what City are playing some of their players or even other clubs. It's just it's ass backwards from top to bottom, and until they get that clean ego death full coming to Jesus moment, it's gonna
Okay,
continue.
so let's not stay here. Who is that representative from Manchester United to lead that ego death? Because I feel like everyone who represents them, like, I mean, so like saying getting rid of the owners, that's a great, like that's a great step. But if that's like something everybody knows, I mean, I guess maybe that's
I don't
not, I don't. Sorry.
I don't I don't mean to sound macabre, but I think that there's something about being United's manager, excuse me, and Fergie is still living. Like you just kind of have that shadow of him like leaning over you, like, what are you doing? Did you know that I was knighted because I'm that damn good at what I do? Are you sure that this is the right thing? Even though he might be stuck in 1999. But I think it might take his actual death for the
Okay.
club to actually
Okay.
like move on and have that ego death.
Okay. All right. We've gone way too far. We got to bring our first guest on. I'm
This
so
comment
sorry.
though,
This went so. It's yeah. Well, that's great. We'll get to it when we bring our first guest on, Excel Bond. I am super excited that we've had her on. I believe we had you on the lit stream, the our first little trial run of the lit stream, didn't we?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah. Me?
you. Yeah. Hey, everyone.
Hey.
hey,
What up? What up?
Hey,
Yeah. What I was saying, I believe we had you on last year in our first iteration
Was
of the
it the
lit stream.
first?
Well, not the first. I don't know when, but I just mean we did like a little trial of the lit stream, and
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
one of our guests. Yeah, so it's nice to run it back. You are actually our first repeat guest.
Aw, hey.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it now. So
ooh,
yeah, story. We're
yeah,
the first
Awesome.
two
Making
P.
lit history out here.
Okay.
I know. Thanks for
yes.
having me. I'm winning the trouble next year. Haha.
That's right. That's right.
I
We
love it.
love
I
it.
love it.
Okay,
Energy.
so I mean, do you want to give your little thoughts on this United thing? Is there a pivot that we
Um,
want to do?
my personal opinion is that the Glazers should stay forever, and so should Ten Hag.
Let's
That would make me
go.
very happy.
Yes, I like that.
Um, and I feel the way I feel because um, I've heard for so long from United fans about how I'm a bandwagon fan and I'm only joining because the team is good, etc., etc. As if when they joined United as fans, they didn't join because the team was doing so good.
I mean,
So
winning is
now that
fun.
it's
Talk
not,
about it. Talk about it.
now
Go
that it's
on.
not, how does it feel? Because, if I'm joining a team and you claim the reason I'm joining is because they started winning and oil money, this and that, when they joined United, was it not because they were doing so good? They were winning their treble in 1990, whatever. So,
Damn right. She's spitting facts, bro.
right?
She's spitting facts.
And that's like outside the point of like, the reason why I became a City fan was outside of, the like my interest in the Premier League in general. I was telling the guys earlier, I started like the first team that I started following that I decided this is my team was Inter Milan, and that was in like 2006 maybe 2006 2007 season. Um, and I started watching City because Balotelli joined City. I didn't care. Like, but first of all, when he joined, the team wasn't the team that it is now. So I didn't follow a team because, oh, they're such a great team. I follow a team because I like this player and he plays there. So I'm going to keep watching him there. And then
Who's
I
that?
kind of ended up staying. So,
Who was that player?
Balotelli.
Hey.
That's my guy.
Balotelli.
That's my guy, yeah. It's a little crazy, a little insane, but that's my guy.
Hey, the best
I
45
think it's
never
I think
do
it's
it.
interesting that like, yep. I think that it's interesting that a lot of Premier League fans, especially like on this side of the ocean, like they all have like that one black player that they say like this is who brought me to the club. Like you have a lot of Arsenal fans say like it was because of Thierry Henry.
Thierry
You have a
Henry,
lot
yeah.
of Chelsea fans because of Didier Drogba.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Balotelli doesn't get enough like credit for what
I
he
agree.
did for
I
City,
agree.
like
I agree.
because he was a name and he did go to City.
Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
a lot of fans like you like that brought him to, like brought them to City and like stayed.
I
See,
agree.
for me, that black player was Sterling. Like I was so in on him. Like I saw him at Liverpool a little bit. I saw that he got signed by City, and I was like, oh. So it's cool that like at different stages of fandom or supportership, like
Mm-hmm.
whenever it is, there is somebody if you're a black person of color that piques your interest. Just like now, South American fans, right? You had Aguero for one generation. Now the kids have Julian Alvarez, and
Yeah.
like that matters. You get Belgian fans and Doc, who is like out here repping for all of us and the only black player in the attacking front, like that, it means something and it
Yeah.
hits different. And so it is special.
I like
Yeah.
Curva's comment here. Mario is the Jackie Robinson of Italy, hands down.
Yes.
Dude, Mario definitely did things in his own way, his own character. He paved the way for folks
Wow.
to come out and just be a little rough around the edges and be okay with that to a certain
Yep.
degree, right? We can remember that preseason here in America, ironically, where he tried the nice little stunt and got pulled immediately. I mean,
Yeah.
there were ups and downs with Mario, but no doubt, I love that you bring him up because he was a very impactful player.
No, that's my guy. That's my guy. I really love
Yeah.
him. He's really great.
Mario broke a ceiling in Italy. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. I mean, Mario's talent. That to me, I felt like there, and then the injuries too, right? There were always a few
Yeah.
things, a little knocks that I felt like were. I mean, and I don't know, dude. His general demeanor for me, I felt like he's the type of guy that you'd want in your foxhole. Like he
Yeah,
just,
1,000%.
yeah.
And I mean, he also broke a house with a car too. So I mean, there was that.
Oh, he's done so many. There's like so many stories.
I love all of the Balotelli stories,
There's so
especially
many
because it's like
stories.
something you look back on, and he was able to do all that stuff, but still ball.
Yep.
Got on
Yeah.
that pitch and still did what he needed to do. And
Yeah.
I still can't forget that tiny little spiked mohawk he had, like just the character, the way that he just chose to express himself.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. All right, well, let's talk about this very important match coming up in this weekend. A very tough match against Bournemouth.
What are we
Don't do
doing?
that.
Yo,
Don't do
Crooked,
that.
what are we
Anna
doing?
Anna with a straight
He's just-
face is crazy.
What are we doing?
What?
There you go.
He's
So, go on, you
trolling
were
us
saying this
all,
very important
y'all.
match.
He's trolling every.
It's an important.
That's how
First off,
Pep
Tom did it
goes.
first. Let me keep it a
When-
buck. He
when
stopped
Pep-
before he hit his blunt.
When in the presser, Pep says this is a very important match that we're not going to look past. I'm going to clip it and be like, see,
Well, he'll say that
What is
even if it's
God?
Norwich. So
I know that's exactly what I'm doing. Oh,
He
yeah,
used to
I
say
know.
it when Eddie Howe was at Bournemouth. Like, we love Bournemouth. We love the South Coast. We love Michael B. Jordan. We love Glenn Foley. We love everything this Bournemouth has to offer. We love cherries. Like, cherries are fire on the right dish. I love them on a milkshake. How about you? Like, come on, guys. Like, just saying.
Right, Charlie.
Like,
here's
I
how
too
feel
like
about
Michael B.
Bournemouth,
Jordan.
right? They're a team that, like, you don't really know what to expect. They're a team that you're like, oh, it's just Bournemouth. But then, like, on a good day, they'll just turn on. So,
Erling Haaland has more goals than Bournemouth.
Man, I'm just saying. They
I
just got
know,
a bunch
but
of young dudes with dreadlocks, so they just go, you know, they just ready for a fight. They just ready to come out here. They're gonna try some finessey things. They're gonna try some sexy things. It's not gonna work all the time. You know, I don't know.
they got a few guys that can do a little something.
Here
Yeah,
y'all go. Tom, do you know by chance where is this match being played? What stadium?
Oh, it's going to be played at the Etihad.
All right,
Yes,
next
at
topic.
home.
What the fuck are we talking about? Next.
That man really just did that.
We don't lose there. Like, I'm gonna pose a better question, Christele. I'm gonna pose you a real question.
Yeah.
So, City in November, right? They
Mhm.
have Bournemouth,
Mhm.
Young Boys at home. We
Mhm.
travel to Stamford Bridge for Chelsea. We have Liverpool at home, and we host Leipzig. Will City have a perfect month in November?
that's aggressive. I mean, that's
Does a
little
draw count?
No.
Oh,
Will we
DT3.
not? I'm sorry. Will we not drop points in November?
Okay.
We pick up all 15.
You
DT3
said
just
Bournemouth,
said yes.
Young Boys,
With the
Chelsea,
quickness.
Liverpool, Leipzig.
Yes.
You think Chelsea's gonna turn up? If Tarek was here right now, he'd be like, "Hey now,
I
we got
think
multiple players returning."
I think if there's a game that we drop points and maybe like a tie drop points. Oh God. Did we play Leipzig already for the first game?
We played them. This will be the last group stage match. We get them at home.
What
Yeah.
happened in the first game?
We won.
How many?
Was that was the 3-1, I believe, or
3-1.
2-1,
3-1.
Doku got up.
And we should have the
Yeah.
whole thing plenty
3-1.
clinched by
Okay,
then.
okay, here's my answer.
Yeah.
If we do drop points, it's going to be a tie. And if we do
Okay.
drop points, it's going to be against only one team, and it'll be either Liverpool or Leipzig.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's how I
that.
feel.
Liverpool,
I like
Chelsea,
Leipzig.
I like that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Okay.
That's
So
the famous Chelsea sound right there. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm with you.
I want to.
If we don't get a clean sheet against Chelsea, I'm gonna count it as a loss.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
Absolutely, I will count it as a loss.
That's where I'm at.
I'm with
Okay. What about this Ivan Tony nonsense? The people are pushing that Brentford will be asking for £100 million for him. What?
I'm a little bit.
Chelsea fucking up everybody's value.
I just feel like I really thought Brentford were going to wait for him. Like, you know, it's my man, I'm holding him down, but apparently they're not.
I think he wants to leave. I don't think it's them.
Oh,
I
you
think
think
it's
he
him.
wants to leave?
Yes, he's the one. I'm pretty sure in an interview he said that there are multiple clubs who are looking for me.
She said, "That's my man, and I'm gonna stick beside him."
That's what I thought.
DT in the chat says 100 million pounds? Question mark.
Where's he
Sounds like
gonna
their
be?
owner needs to
Where's
hit
he
a
going?
parlay
Where's he
on
going?
DraftKings.
Chelsea? He's not going to
Chelsea or
Chelsea.
Arsenal, or I mean Chelsea or I heard Chelsea was the link, maybe
Or
Spurs, Liverpool, but yeah, somebody in the top, the big
Liverpool's
six.
not getting him. He's not going anywhere. I don't believe that.
Especially because they're down bad right now. They're losing, so that's
I
also
don't
the reason for them to sell.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think Chelsea like I don't know. I don't see it.
I don't get how they keep avoiding.
I don't know if he's leaving in the summer or like further in, but he's supposed to be back in January, right?
Yeah, and they're saying that he's going to be gone in January. That is what people are. That's
Who
what
is buying a player that hasn't played since.
Exactly. I don't get any of it.
Wait, why do y'all sound so confused? Like Chelsea doesn't exist. We know who's gonna do this. What?
God.
Like this is. We know what Todd B does. Like he gets who he wants. He plays FIFA like I do. We in the same boat. He just actually uses real money. Like we doing the same thing. He's just doing it in real life.
This is very upsetting.
It's smart business by Brentford, though. You strike while the iron's hot. People have a need. Chelsea wants to make a push to be top 6. Like they need a striker.
That's like, Brentford's business model. They sell players.
But how does adding a striker make
what?
Yeah, absolutely. But how does like buying a striker make?
We're talking about Chelsea.
Make Chelsea better. Like, yeah, how does that make any sense? Okay, all right, cool. All right, you're right, because you cannot make sense out of nonsense. So,
yeah.
But they only have 13 goals. Like 13 goals in 10 matches. They need like Nico Jackson is talented but young. Like Tony is a top 5 striker when healthy. Like in the Premier League.
From a business perspective,
yeah, but like even if you want to buy a player, you don't want to see him play a little bit first.
They know what it is.
Yeah, I know what I'm getting out of Ivan Toney right now. Like if I'm confident,
I'm with you. No, I'm with you, XL.
Really, Crunk. So where we at? Do we rate him? Do we consider?
Man's
brother
was great
because
yes, and he was in his bag before he left, but he's been on ice for a while. It's what we do. And then to pay $100 million for him, that's what I'm saying. Like let him play a couple weeks.
Okay.
Let that price go down. We have a whole month. Let him play for 2 weeks, 3. And then maybe we can save 30, 40, 50 million pounds.
That's what I'm saying.
From a
I liked Ivan Toney. I think he's a really good player. He's a good scorer.
Unless he's going to Saudi, that's the only place where he's going to immediately go.
Since like what, March?
Yeah, March or April. I mean, like, yeah. Why y'all counting Chelsea's pockets? Like, here's the thing, guys. You're losing a plot.
I haven't said it to
you. But you're losing a plot, though, Crump. Whoever spins for him, we get to make fun of them if he doesn't come through. Like, it's guaranteed. Constantly.
Either way. You're right.
Hey, but Brentford, though, think about the come up real quick.
Exactly.
5 year, they are paying that man $5.4 million. $5.5 million, and you about to get 100 for him? That is a come up. And let's let's not even throw the 100. 75. That's still a come up, guys. From a business perspective, if you're Brentford, and like she's pointed out, she's spot on. That's their business model. That's what they do.
When Brentford started in the Premier League, when they got promoted, one thing I learned about Brentford is that they're starting it up now, but at the time they didn't have an academy. So like they didn't have a system where they like bring up players for them to use. Their motto was, we're gonna find a good young player, we're going to like get him up, build him up, sell him, start over. That's what they do. Which fair, okay? Like fair play to them and everything. Like Ivan Toney, he was just doing so good.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. Yeah, I also.
I'm sorry.
First of all,
First of all, he couldn't be betting on hockey or like I don't
She
know.
brought up the betting.
I'm just
Took her long
brought up
enough.
the
I was
NBA.
trying to. I
there's
was
so much
trying to.
there's so much that you can bet on. Okay,
Other
horse
football
racing,
leagues.
hockey, I don't know,
Cricket.
cricket,
So it's a cricket.
women's football in India. I don't know. Like
Let's do that hockey. Let's
I
go.
don't understand. Like I do not understand.
And Sandra will be gambling as they are banned, right? Can they gamble now that they're banned, or no? I'm pretty sure it comes with like they can't. They got to stay off that stuff.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So before
Oh,
before we get you out of here, I do want a prediction for this very important, very difficult match against Bournemouth.
okay. 4-1.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's good.
That is a vibe.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well,
The reason I say 4-1 is because City just hate me. They refuse to give me a clean sheet, so I don't think
Damn.
I'm gonna have a
They
clean
just did it. Oh my god.
That's
You
one
sound
time,
like Terry.
Sharpie. That's one time. Like,
And it
we
was
need some
against
consistency.
United. Like, come on.
Y'all
Sure
are
was.
so spoiled. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm very spoiled. I don't want clean sheet. Clean sheet.
I respect it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, please plug yourself, things that you're up to, if that is your team.
Okay. So I'm Extelbon on Twitter. I tweet a lot about soccer, Man City, and other teams. I'm not very like Man City only. I will root for them like they're my team. But I have other like second and third teams that I don't have to talk about them right now. But I do have other teams that I do like in the Premier League. Outside of that, I work in clinical research. I do a lot of advocacy. So if that's anything you're interested in, Xtel007 on Twitter.
Hey. Well, thanks
Purple
again
hearts.
for coming
Purple
on.
hearts.
All right.
Appreciate
Oh, my
you.
favorite color is purple. So yeah, purple everything.
Let's go.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Well, let's bring the homie on. So this is I'm super excited to have him on. BTS. I hit him up somewhat short notice, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm game." And now he's here. We've had the little like messages back and forth, but now that he's on the lit stream, he's officially a part of Shady Gang, y'all. Say what's up to Puneet. What's up, homie?
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for having me on.
Hey,
What's
Paneet's
up?
the
What's
Twitter
up?
legend
What's
right
up?
here. He
Right?
might be the most popular Twitter personality we've ever had on. Like my man, let me give the rundown. My man has 4.7 thousand followers. It's just endless engagement. You know, like every day you're gonna get some content from Puneet. Follow my guy on Twitter.
He's
at
hilarious.
Puneet Singh.
The Twitter
He's
is
the man.
how do you say? It's a stream of consciousness. So I just say whatever's on my head. I really don't care.
There you go. Best way with the bottle, gang. It's like water. That's San Pellegrino.
Yeah, man. I'm on
Yeah,
my
big
water
boss,
grind right
he
now.
big
fancy.
boss team,
I respect
big
that.
boss
Yeah.
teams. No,
Fancy.
I've been watching him down there in the little like digital room, just like spilling that big old bottle, and I was like,
gotta stay
"Oh,
hydrated, man. It's late.
boss."
It's real.
How do you
y'all
think he
doing?
keeps that hair so luscious? That San Pellegrino, that spicy water.
Exactly. What's up, y'all?
I'm
Chilling,
good.
man.
Yeah. How are you? How are things?
Things are great. Life's good, man. Life is good.
I have a question for our dear friend here because I got to be honest.
There you go.
The Twitter content is massive. Charlie's not joking here. This is incredible, sir. We're gonna put some questions to you here.
Okay, hit me.
A tweet goes out, not by you.
Yes.
Zidane has never ever taken the Man United job. Please save your collective breath. A retweet. You say it's Madrid, Juve, the French national team, or allegedly Marseille. Expand on that, my good sir. I actually 1000% agree with you.
It's all just clubs he's tied to. He's been to Madrid twice now. He's had success there. Juve are kind of in like a weird form where Mad Max is doing okay. They're going through all their suspensions, their point deduction things. So you really can't gauge them because like half the team is either suspended or injured.
Yeah.
Same time, they have like they're broke, so they don't have like the money to buy players. They're doing loans, payday loans, all those things.
Yeah, they're all weird right now.
But it's weird because Zidane's kind of like a guy who's like, I'm here for 2-3 years. Let me get my vibes off. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Which is why I think the national team is perfect for him. It's kind of like a part-time manager job. You work when you want to. You work once every 2-3 weeks tops.
Yeah, and then you watch games.
And then you go out watch games. Exactly. Yeah. So the thing, why France makes so much sense is just like he was very good at Madrid at managing egos, laying down the tactics. He's very much like Carlo in the sense that he is a player's manager. Yeah, the tactics are there. He'll set it up. He'll know how to play against, whether it was City, whether it was Munich. He'll line up the way he needs to, but he just keeps people grounded and like a sense of harmony. So France makes the most sense for him. And then he was born and raised in Marseille. So for him to go back there, and I mean, there was that rumor floating around that if they get like the Saudi takeover, that he would like to manage them, which makes sense. I mean, if he's that committed, good for him.
They're back. They're back if they get that. But I think the tweet really it's alluding to United and Zuzu, right? It's alluding to this whole. Can we get him?
United? There's a little blue check mark there, and people just tweet anything for engagement. So I don't buy that. Listen, we've heard the song and dance for 3 years now. Oh, Zidane's on the short list for United. Oh, Zidane might be interested. No, he's not. No, he's not. That's not a job you take up for. It's not like a passion project,
No. He is great at managing egos, and it seems like there's egos there. So that's the one thing.
No, you can manage United's egos. Even Solskjaer showed you that, but you got to teach these kids how to play football on like a bare basic level.
Well.
All right. Well,
I feel.
No, you go, Sharpie. You go, Sharpie.
I was gonna say I feel bad, Puneet, because like everything right now in the world is like around United football, and I know you don't want to talk about it, so I'm going to push it to a different direction.
Hit me.
Still talking Premier League. Other than United, who I know you are a fan of, supporter of, who do you like to watch? Like, who is the club you're like, hey, this club is playing, United's not playing, I gotta watch them.
That's why I was going, Sharpie. I appreciate you.
I like watching Arsenal just because you kind of see what Arteta's finally put in place. And there were like, I was never crazy about Martinelli, but watching him the last like year and a half, it's like, wow, there's really a player there. You see what he does week in and week out. I like watching City just because there's some semblance of a system there. You can see what Pep's trying to do. Like last year, he evolved with that 3-2-4-1 or however he plays it, or 4-2. And it's nice because, you see people like implement new tactics, actually play football versus, kick and pray, which is what United have been doing like the last decade. So it's nice to see some sort of structure in the Premier League. I like watching Brighton because Brighton are, when they're on, they're just absolutely going to run you out of the building.
Yeah.
Even on like their bad days, they still put up a decent fight. I'm up at like I'll watch any Premier League game honestly if it's on television. I try not to watch something like Sheffield where
we know
the vibes. Enjoy a promotion, like just
That's a lot of hoopball.
That's hoofball without a bankroll. Like you're watching United, they have a little bit of bankroll, and then you have Sheffield United, which is just like FIFA starter squad version of Manchester United. Charlie, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm like, damn, like you just turn the game on and it's like, oh shit, I got 4 bronze players, 2 silvers, some regular goals. I got to make shit shake. That's Sheffield United.
Chemistry's not there.
Chemistry's terrible. Chemistry's horrible. We got like a 6 out of 31. We just trying to 6 out of 33. Just trying to make it.
Wait, speaking of chemistry, Mr. Thom over here had a little drink mixology going on. Let's go around the screen real quick. Your drink, your beverage of choice, alcohol here. We're grown. I don't want to hear water. Everybody prefers water. What you drinking? What you like? Puneet, let's start with you, man. What you got?
What I got? I got a little San Pellegrino. Just doing a little. Well, I did sober October. It felt good. But the
Okay.
problem was
It's November 2nd.
I bought a lot of beer towards the end of September, and every time I would open up the fridge, it was like the Green Goblin mask looking at me. So November 1st came around. I made dinner yesterday and cracked open a beer, and it felt so good. It felt so good, like a nice, cool beer. Just been waiting for you.
You have a beer preference? Number one beer you go to?
Oh, go-to is always Miller Lite.
Fan.
Oh, we getting real classy. Okay.
Not even a question. No, that's Miller High Life. That's the shit.
That's my highlight. I'm sorry. That's different.
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah.
Miller
Your
Lite,
beers, bro.
I love Miller Lite. I'll drink that anytime.
Real man.
Very
Nice.
passionate about it.
Dom, what did you end up mixing up over there?
You gotta get the
muted,
sign
my
language
good
up for Tom.
Is Tom on mute?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Tom, we
Yeah,
can't
but,
hear you,
but
bro.
He's got a little Coke. I
You are correct. You are correct.
I saw it looked like a Captain Morgan bottle. I'm like, we're in this.
Yep.
Was it cat? Was it the cat?
It was the
Yeah.
Cap, right?
Coke.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes, with a black spice. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Gets the job done. Crunk, you on your old fashioned game? What you
yes,
want?
sir. I was fancying it up. I went on a crazy juice thing. I made a bunch of green juices, and then got some orange, some lemon, and some pineapple. I individually juiced, and I've been making different. I guess technically they're now Manhattans now that I've added a citrus, but I've been making different Manhattans with
Excuse
the
the
different.
fuck out of me.
Yeah.
I've been making man. I'm telling you, man. Fuck out of here, bro. Like, I'm a goddamn mixologist and not a bartender, my
You
guy.
killing it, though. That's the
I
thing.
was correcting for myself, not for you.
I know you
It's
got to
all
do it. I
love.
respect it. I respect it. I love you. I love you, Crump. I love you, Crump.
I love you too, Sharpie. Yeah, man. I just had to drink something nice. Actually, last week I did the show sober, and I felt like I was too lit. It was just like, I think I need to slow things down. I can't just be like on it like that. I think I need the delay. So this is nice. This is nice. I'm feeling this is a great vibe.
Lando,
Okay.
what you got, bro?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sipping on bourbon.
In a shaker bottle, like
In a
bro.
shaker bottle.
That's
is a
the
heathen.
craziest mindfuck.
Dude,
In a-
bro is
in
a
a shaker bottle.
heathen.
That is
Like-
insane. I'm like, oh, he's drinking like a protein shake or like
Hey,
or like a
showed it.
C4 or like a pre-workout, and it turned out it's
man.
bourbon.
So, and I'm
No,
actually
bro.
more embarrassed to tell you what also
No.
is in there.
Nah.
And
please, no, keep
Like,
going.
He's
I'll,
just
I'll
like-
admit it. This is gonna be weird. You're gonna fucking think I'm a weirdo for this. You can Amazon it. The Celsius packs. You know how you drink the Celsius. Shout out to Ariel Castillo. Put me on Celsius. Absolute amazing
Of course.
social media manager. But she is an absolute Celsius propaganda tool, and I'm just getting it out there right now. I can't help but see her feed, and I just want one. So finally, I dipped into it, and that was a couple months ago. Yeah, there's a half of a Celsius pack in here, so there is alcohol and an energy drink.
and
No,
up, around, and down,
Celsius gang though. I'll swear by it. It's so
like,
good.
yeah, no, it's
It
great.
is so good,
It is
bro.
great. Are you gonna stream or do anything later tonight, or what
I
are you doing?
might,
Because I mean, you're on a Celsius. Like, what are you gonna do with that energy, my guy?
get lit for the lit stream.
Okay,
What do you mean?
I mean, we eventually have to end though, so that's all I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true. I have to turn into a dad. I got a
Exactly.
baby infant out there. I got to take care of.
You're just gonna just come out and you're gonna try to like play with the kid, and it's like, no, I'm asleep, and you're just gonna be way too lit for it. That's
He's
that's
gonna
all
wake the
I'm
kid up to hang out.
saying. Right?
Yeah.
What you want to do?
Come.
Huh? You good? You good? Let's play some video games or something.
We're gonna actually
like a
pay
ver-
back some of the fixtures from last year. I had a reminiscence moment earlier today where someone put the TikTok on of the second leg of the Champions League semifinal with Madrid at the Etihad. Goosebumps. Had to pull it up on the TV and show the kiddo real quick. Remind him what he walked into.
Raise them right, damn it.
Yeah,
Raise them
Skippy.
right.
Raise them right. That is
Yo.
correct.
That bourbon in Celsius is like a grown-up version of like vodka Red Bull. It's like you just taking it to a very mature level. Like I have a family, but I still like to get lit. Like, I respect
That's like a 9 to 5. That's what it is.
Like Anna's in the shaker. Like he's just like, bro, I got things I gotta do.
I'm on the go.
Like,
I gotta catch the train. I
do
gotta
I
get
need to
home,
get
but I gotta get lit.
caffeinated?
I need a buzz. Like life is hard, but I got a buzz.
I'm happy I've come out with my truths to you all. I'm happy that I've shared. I was embarrassed to admit it, but come on, let me.
This isn't a safe space. It's a brave space. This is a brave space.
I like that.
Correct.
I love that this is so brave.
Correct.
It actually kind of reminds, because it's in a shaker bottle, so your kids, it's innocuous. It reminds me of growing up. My uncle, he's the reason why I'm a Cardinals fan, but he would always be drinking it out of a mug. And so I just thought, man's loved coffee because he just worked all the time.
Oh, he does.
Oh, that's like his fourth cup of coffee in the day.
Yeah.
He's awake.
Yeah. And then I grow up and I find out, no, bro, that was bourbon. Like, what you mean? Work? What was man didn't work? He was a drunk. Like, welcome to the South. And I was like, oh, why do you? Like, yeah, it was a vibe. He was cool. He was a good time. Fed me, and we just watched Cardinals games. It was great. Oh, that's great. Okay, so we talked about what teams you like to watch. What teams do you enjoy the most? Crunk Petulance is coming out. Who do you enjoy making fun of, laughing at the most?
Any given Sunday, whoever's on the TV, whoever I see, whatever I see on the time. It could be Chelsea. I like making fun of United. People are so surprised by that. Like, they're like, "Oh, you make fun of United," and I'm like, "What could you guys possibly say to me to offend me that I don't already think of United? That I haven't seen firsthand."
That's good, because that is a sign of a true Manc. That's a like, and I know that's not where you're from, but that is a Manc mentality, to be able to. You have to be able to laugh at yourself, and so you got that part. So yeah, great. Man, okay. What about are there any other leagues do you enjoy?
You know what? Not leagues per se, but I do enjoy watching Madrid. I do enjoy watching Atletico, which is such a crazy thing to say because Simeone has been a terrorist for like the last decade. But
wait. Why? What? I'm so confused. You're no.
I'm gonna get to it. It's gonna blow your mind.
Right now. You just said you like. Okay.
I enjoy I will say this though. It's because the Griezmann renaissance the last 2 years is such a joy to watch. He got out of Barcelona. He goes back to a system that works for him. He gets to play the positions that work for him. And his form the last 2 years has been phenomenal. You see it on the club level, Champions League. You see it for France where, he puts on the cape and he's captain France for them. He is the sole reason to tune into Atletico Madrid game because the contrast to him was Joao Felix. Mm-hmm. And you watch Griezmann do everything for the full 90, just leave it out there, playmaker, score. And then you watch the guy who was there brought in to replace him, and he can't do a quarter of that. Mm. And then he just kicks and cries like a petulant child. And you're like, well, that's not fun. I do enjoy watching Leverkusen also this year, and I think this is the year that they could probably knock out Bayern and make a pretty deep Champions League run.
Ooh, yeah, now we getting lit. Okay,
they're looking really
50
good.
goals.
Yeah.
What have you seen lately from this Atletico Madrid? I want to hear this from a different perspective because I've kept quiet on what I've seen, but I'm gonna be real. They're cooking, and he's right. Diego is a terrorist with those tactics for years, and I gotta keep it a buck, man. They look different this year. That Molina guy, Angel Correa is healthy. They're cooking, bro. I'd watch out for Atletico.
You know who's had a great year, and I don't like him, but he's just finding a way to get done. Morata.
Oh, fucking
he's in great form. Right. He's in great form this year, and you look at him, it's just like, oh, well, I've seen him play before for Madrid. He was whatever. I've seen him play for Juve before. He's whatever. I've seen him play at Chelsea. He made a fool of himself. He comes to Atletico, and he's just scoring. He's doing all the things Simeone asked for him, and I think that's why he's having the success that he is. It's just a system that works for him. And then the other thing that why Atletico are doing so good this year, their midfielders are healthy and they're playing great.
Yeah.
You guys know firsthand how important it is to have a good midfield.
Yes.
And Simeone, where does he? If not his fullbacks, who have to run up and down the field, constantly press, chase the ball, then it's his midfielders winning the ball in the center of the pitch. A lot of the parts are just working well, healthy, and that's why they're so good and fun to watch.
He's spot on with that.
Yeah.
Puneet, can I get your take on the Ballon d'Or? Were you happy with Messi winning? Did you think it should have been Haaland? How did you feel about it?
So beforehand, I had said Haaland 1, KDB 2, Messi 3, Mbappe 4, Rodri 5, Vinny 6. And I wasn't that far off, give or take little pieces here and there. Here's the thing with the Messi thing. If the World Cup had happened at the normal time, summer 2022, he probably wins the 2022 Ballon d'Or. And then this is just all for naught. It's not even a thing. Everything got pushed aside. Benzema wins. I mean, Benzema did have the good Champions League campaign, the double with Real, so I get why he won that one. This is kind of like a little bit of a lifetime one. I mean, at the same time, he did have a World Cup. I'm not going to take that away from Messi. But you're weighing a World Cup, which he did play good in, and he won, versus this was my case for Haaland. You guys got rid of Gabby Jesus, who I was never fond of, and you bring in Haaland, and you see what that straight direct replacement did for you guys. No more like, he almost scored there. No, it's in the back of the net. It's very concise finishing. It's very, how do I put it? It's just a lot more efficient. He brought efficiency, just conciseness to your team.
You can say that. You can call him a robot. It's okay.
We know he's a robot, yes.
Yeah.
But that's what it came down to. Like, he made City so much sharper. And I mean, it wasn't just Jesus, because you guys got rid of Zinchenko, you got rid of Sterling. Those were like the three biggest culprits of, they're off their game, and then what happened when they're off their game? You guys lose by a goal. You guys lose the second leg of a tie. All that's gone, and he was the biggest improvement to that. I think he should have won Ballon d'Or. And the crazy thing is, unless you guys have another Champions League win and do at least a double, I don't think he wins it again, or he's in the conversation to win. That's just the reality. That's just how things break,
He's spitting facts out here, bro. He's spitting facts. There's no lies told. This is what I mean. Man, I'm so happy. At least other people. He's not even a City fan, folks. He's not even a City fan.
Okay, here's the thing. Even if I'm a United fan, I'd rather be honest and right than wrong and argue like a dumbass, like half of football Twitter does. You see people just arguing and bantering, and for what? You're not even making a point. I'm not going to do that. I'd rather just be honest and tell it how it is.
I respect that shit. I respect it.
No, that's funny. Xtel's hilarious. She reposted and said, "How dare we wait till she left to talk about Brighton and De Zerbi." I also forgot to say about her, because she says she likes certain teams in certain ways. What she means is she is one of the people who are, if you enjoy like horny on main soccer tweets, she's kind of one of those people. She will be like lusting after some people. So she's great for that. It's real funny. Yeah.
This is a good time for me to admit that I have an absolute man crush on Purvis Estupiñán, and I've had a man crush on Purvis Estupiñán.
That I wasn't expecting to hear.
That guy is a fucking
the Ruben Diaz appeal. I get. I hear it from. I see it all over Twitter. I get it. I get it. I get the Ruben Diaz thing. I even get like the Rodri one.
I got a thing for Purvis.
I got a thing for Purvis, bro.
Purvis out of nowhere, man.
Purvis playing the left back role. Purvis playing left back for Brighton when he is prime. For me,
yes.
There's only one other in the Prem that I would like to see, and that's the American in me bringing out Anthony Robinson with Fulham. I'd love to see Anthony Robinson play for City. But Purvis, you'd be hard pressed to find many left backs that play the role like he does. He's that one for me. I got a man crush on Purvis.
Would you really want to see Robinson at City though, or is it one of those things that's like good
as a
theory
development,
and then
rotational? I'm not signing him. I would compare it. I would compare it to the Mahrez signing when we picked up Mahrez for 35 or 40, whatever million it was. Or the Nunez signing, taking advantage of a club in a situation where they're getting rid of a player or their finances are in a situation. That's where I would want him. I would never expect Anthony. That's me just being greedy. I like him. He's young and he's left-footed, and I think he actually plays a role pretty well on a good day.
If Fulham are getting rid of him, they're probably upgrading, and that's not a knock on
Fulham.
He's a good player, but like Fulham are a good team. You can do better if you want to be better.
Yeah.
I mean,
speaking of,
good is a strong word. Good is a strong word.
For Robinson,
average. No,
Robinson.
Fulham's average.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, average is fair.
Yeah, averages. Yeah.
I mean, they can be good. When they had Mitrovic, they were really good.
Yeah.
And he said, "I want the Saudi bag," and left. But yeah, oh no, I rate Fulham though. They're better than they're a really good team. They're a good club. They have a system, and we love systems.
Silva's a good manager. That's a
he's really good
point.
Yeah.
Once you really give Silva like this 12 to 18 months to get things grounded, you can kind of see the football there, and the results speak for themselves. They had a good year last year. They're off to a good start this year. So,
what do you think about Barrera being at your club, not working out, and then going to Fulham? And I actually think Barrera looks pretty good in that system.
I'm not losing any sleep over it. If a signing doesn't work out at your club, it doesn't work out. No big deal. It's gonna happen with Sancho in like the next 6 months also, where like, oh, it didn't work out. Great. Like,
I didn't want to talk Jaden, but you said
no,
his name.
you can listen. There's plenty of signings. It happens across. It even happens at other teams.
Calvin Phillips, right?
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Calvin Phillips for you guys. It just doesn't work out. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna sit there and cry about it? Like, just let him go and play football somewhere else.
Yeah.
Pereira had his chances too at United, and he stunk it up.
Yeah, he definitely looks a whole lot better for Fulham because you're right. He was having issues at United.
I can't get over Puneet grabbing this San Pellegrino like a 40. Like it's just like it looks like something else is there, and it's like just straight up like
At first I thought he was just drinking like
a brown
champagne or
bag for it
something.
then.
yeah.
like I'm on the subway waiting for a train.
I didn't know what he was drinking at first. I was just like, I'm interested to find out though. All right, well, I mean, I don't want to send you out with a prediction on your club or anything like that. So please plug yourself if you want to, things that you're up to, your Substack, all those things.
Puneet Singh across the board. It's Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, that's where you'll find me. Substack is onepuneetsingh.
Oh.
Tonight, so that's funny you mentioned that because I am dragging ass on that, but I will put something out tonight.
Let's go, Inspire. Hey, I've been telling Bitter and Blue I will write them an article for like 4 months. So it's
international break is coming up, so you'll have some time to catch up on that.
Oh, yes, sir. All right, well, I appreciate you, homie. You have a good rest of your night.
Nah, I appreciate you guys having me on. Thanks.
Yeah.
Take it easy, man.
Have a good one, bro.
Man,
great guests. Great guests all around.
How'd you do the balloons?
Yeah, he does that every now and then. He pops them out. Can you guys see Tom Bomb?
I see a black screen.
I see a black screen.
Okay. And then I'm worried because same thing with Sal. Yeah. And I want to bring him on, and all I see is a black screen.
Show that face, Sal.
Okay.
Well,
oh no, he
got it.
Yeah, no, because he did it too. It went off and on. Maybe drop off and drop.
Well,
on.
Crunk, you do the tech. Me and Lando gonna feel real quick. Lando, you ready?
Sir, let's do it.
All right. So this weekend, I'm gonna give you 3 matchups. You tell me who's gonna win all 3. Ready?
Oh my gosh, is this early brainstorming on Sharpie bets here? On Sharpie bets parlay? Are you gonna put out a parlay for the weekend?
I mean, we talking goals. So
okay,
we got Fulham hosting United, Brentford hosting West Ham, and then a very sneaky match here: Everton hosting Brighton, fresh off of I don't care about it Cup win. Who you got winning all 3?
I'll go one by one. I got a West Ham win.
Okay.
I got a Fulham United draw.
I like it.
And give me that third matchup again.
Everton hosting Brighton at Goodison Park.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think Sean Dice is an absolute modern day robber for the amount of money he's getting paid to coach top flight football. It's shameful, in my opinion, that you play that type of style and that type of play. Even with the roster, I cannot back anything Sean Dice. I'm going with an absolute shellacking for Brighton.
Wow.
So over 2.5 goals? Is everything like
100%.
Like 2-1, 3-1.
Actually, fuck. It's that tactics that's probably not gonna make it that. No, under 2.5. Just 2 goal win. I'm going 3-1 Brighton.
Okay. No, I didn't mean spread. I meant total goals. So that's perfect. Yeah, 3-1.
Oh yeah, over 2.5. Yeah.
I do total goals. Yeah, I don't do that spread shit. It's hard.
There you go. Give that advice out, Charlie. That's the shit we need right there.
Once you get into the spread, you really playing with fire. But goals, everybody scores some goals. Over 1.5 is my favorite bet with a game I don't know. They're going to be 2 goals. A 1-1 draw is great. That's all you plan
Notes.
for.
Take
Perfect.
notes.
All right, well, we're ready. I'm excited to bring on Sal from Curva Mundial Pod. How's it going, homie?
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for having
Hey.
me.
Thank
No,
you,
I'm
sir.
excited to have you.
Oh, man. What a pleasure. I got my nice Powers Irish whiskey, who I think needs to sponsor both your stream and my podcast. Shout out to Powers.
Shout out to Powers.
Some product placement right there. And yeah, I'm really excited to come on. I am not a City fan, but I respect and love what you guys are doing because it's not only so important, but it is so much fun. As I've said to you in the past, you have now kindly put as your Twitter banner the Sergio Aguero football podcast. So let's jump right in. I also want to give a shout out to Tom Baum, who I don't really know very well, but came on looking like the LeBron meme from the Bronx with little J out of the corner of his mouth, mixing something. I'm expecting next month for the holidays some coquito. So that's it. So Tom Baum, I feel like I am walking through the Bronx watching your little screen, but he's and that's not me talking shit. That's just like a fact.
Yeah,
that's much respect right there.
Yeah,
Everybody once in their life should walk through the Bronx on a beautiful day and see how many times they get a chance to drink some coquito.
And look, I'm a Queens kid, so it's just like, you cross right over the bridge and just walk right over, and you're in a different world, but it's fun. It's a good time.
That's right.
Yep. Big facts.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so Curva Mundial. Your show's a streets legend. Wow. I struggle to say that. You're a streets legend, and I love about that because I feel like we're able to connect with so many people who are doing cool things. Like one of the things I do a show represent during the summer where I bring on people and we talk about their fandom. But that's just like a one-off kind of fun thing. Curva Mundial, that's what you do. And I'm just being cute and trendy with the teams I'm picking. I'm picking like the top 6 from the Premier League and top international. You're doing your thing. Oh, I froze. And but I just wanted to say I appreciate what you do because, I'm chatting with people with the trendy clubs, the top 6, and all that stuff. You're chatting with every kind of fan who cheers for every kind of club all over. And that's what I love about listening to your episodes, because my whole thing is trying to appreciate the world of football more. I want to watch more outside of the Premier League. And yours helps me because if I am hearing about these people and they're talking about these clubs, if I do happen to put on a random match, I can go back to these random things or these random facts that I've heard from your show. So I really do appreciate that.
Well, that's the best compliment I could ever get. So thank you very much. You've now officially become my favorite person in the universe. My wife is in the next room and probably heard me, and there will be an argument right after this. But she is in the next room, and she's probably rolling her eyes like I am married to cornball. But for real, thank you. And I'm happy that you were able to pick up on that because that's exactly what I wanted to do with this podcast. So I work in television. I'm a journalist. I'm a producer. I love travel shows, but I also hate travel shows because I can't get to all those places all at once. And then the lockdown happened, right? And I kind of look, this is a brave space, you all said, right? And I have no problem talking about this. My mental health went really bad, and it was not cool. And it wasn't cool for anybody. The whole world was in the same position. And the one thing that I do love is meeting new people and, being from New York City, just seeing culture everywhere and seeing diversity and seeing things that are as I said, you can walk from Queens, where I live, to the Bronx, and it's 2 different worlds. But I love that. And that was taken away from all of us. And I missed just going to a bar, watching a match and just talking shit or just listening in. I watched a ton of Anthony Bourdain, more than usual, more than I usually did. And I realized his show was never about food. His show was never really about traveling. It was about connecting with the person across from him. So I said to myself, I can do this with football. And I want to try and meet as many cool people as I can, like yourselves. And that's how this was all born. Curva Mundial, when you translate it from from Italian to English, means the world's curve. And the curve in the stadium is where all the ultras are, right? That's where all the crazy fans are that can spit out the most random fucking facts that like, yo, number 99 that played for Inter only used that shirt for one game and had like crazy things that don't mean anything, but that's where they all are. And I wanted to meet those people, but I wanted to meet all those people from like every community, whether it was the LGBTQ community, the Black community, the Latinx community, the South American community. I wanted to get every contingent on there because what's beautiful about this game is that I have been fortunate enough to travel around the world, and it's been the greatest translator and universal language. And football really is the common denominator. You can be rich, you can be poor, but like if you love this game, and it doesn't matter what team you love, whether it is Leeds United or Manchester City or, I don't know, like Juve Stabia in Serie C in Italy. It's just like that you understand that other person's passion. And if you can understand their passion, then you kind of understand the world that they come from. And if you can understand the world that they come from, you then can learn about the world that they come from. And like I think that's a way to like create more empathy and create more understanding. And I think that the most amazing thing that I've learned doing this podcast is that I don't care if you're like in Idaho or Iowa or Belize or I don't know, Thailand, because I've had guests from Thailand on that like we're more alike than we are different. And we have fucked each other up so much. And like the world is so bad, but like football's really good. And that's my TED talk for today. So that's the podcast. But like the cool thing about the podcast is like I'm also a huge music nerd. So I get to also like geek out and like have like musicians on that don't want to talk about music, but want to like flex that muscle. And so like, yo, I've watched United for 70 years. And like, this is why I love United. Like I had Peter Hook from Joy Division on, and he lived like how incredible is this story? Like across the street from him was Edwin van der Sar. And like Van der Sar was like someone like tried to rob Peter Hook's house, and Van der Sar came out and like stopped the robber. Or like didn't live too far from Balotelli, and the night the fireworks went off, he tells that story on the podcast. So it's things like that where it's just like, yo, you guys are fans too. Again, we're all more alike than we are different. So
I need a follow-up. That is great. But I need a snippet or a little bit of a breakdown on this latest episode. You actually had John Ludden on, which is a acclaimed book for Once Upon a Time in Naples that became the basis of another book, Maradona. And there's a snippet. I don't know if you want to give up too much.
I'll give it up, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
I need to know more about this concept, about the time that Maradona did coke at the Vatican. Break this down for me.
It's a podcast, baby. So this is. I'm not advocating drugs. I'm not. But Diego did. So John Ludden. Diego did. I mean, look, John Ludden was the author of Once Upon a Time in Naples. As Lando had said, his book became the basis of Asif Kapadia's excellent documentary, Diego Maradona, which you can all stream on HBO Max. I am not sponsored by HBO Max, but if they do want to sponsor all of us, including you all here, look, I'm just trying to get us money. That's it. That's my goal here. All right.
It's a great documentary.
So, yeah, it's a phenomenal documentary, but you should all see it. And John Ludden is one of the greatest biographers of Diego Maradona. He's written so much about Diego. And one story that he has that was told to John that he has been gotten verified was that Diego, during his time in Napoli, when he was the height of his height and all of his powers, was going to meet the Pope. The Pope John Paul II wanted an audience with him. And Diego and his manager decide to go out and, have some fun the night before. Diego's mother, who was in Italy with him, was just like, don't go out. He's like, no, I got this. Don't go out. Diego went out the entire night, blitzed off his face, makes it somehow to Vatican City, makes it somehow to the Vatican, and then he's like going through like withdrawals. And he keeps telling his manager, he's like, I need the bathroom. And the manager is just like, well, yeah, I'm sure you can go like relieve yourself. He's like, no, I need the bathroom. Like I'm crashing. I need to get back up. So the manager's trying to talk him out of doing lines in the Pope's private bathroom. This is the story. And lo and behold, Diego does what Diego wants, does it in Pope John Paul's private bathroom after like the Vatican is just like, yeah, sure, Mr. Maradona, do what you need to do. They don't know what he's doing. No one's going to follow him in. So up his nose goes some of Colombia's finest, if you will. And out comes Diego. And then the kicker to the story is that Diego doesn't have any recollection of meeting the Pope. Like, that's how, like, I know this is the lit stream, but like no stream will ever be as lit as Diego Maradona the day he met the Pope. So, that's the story. That's the story that John had heard. That's a story that John has verified. And that's a story that John told me. And how do you not lead with that?
God, if that does not want you to get to the nearest opportunity for you to listen to Curva Mundial pod, my Lord, brother, I am going to be loading up on some past episodes now. That is tremendous.
It's like, look, I can't promise they're all that crazy, but you got some amazing stories on there. But it's also like, I love a good juxtaposition. I found someone that lives in Iceland that loves the Italian team Parma, which I thought, like, whoa, like that's kind of crazy. And he goes into that and then traveling around. So much so that, like, when we tweeted out the episode, the owner of Parma, Kyle Kraus, who is an American, caught wind of the episode and was just like, come on out to Parma, saying this to the Icelandic guest, which I'm just like, oh, great. Like, if I can make that happen, that's phenomenal. Awesome. I've had Ariel Christele on, and she talked about her yoga. Like, I shout out to Ariel, who's like the princess, okay, the queen. Nah, fuck that. She's the queen of all of this. Like, Ariel is just the best. So it's, the goal is to try and just have fun. And as you guys are doing, just meet new people, hear their stories, hear their background. And the day I get to interview Noel and Liam Gallagher, huge City fans, this is the day I get to close up shop and say, I've done my duty.
Hey, I'm drinking to that, brother. Let's go. Celsius and bourbon.
Which is, please tell me, like, what does that taste like? Is it like a healthy dose of like vitamin C and like urine? Because it does not sound good.
It does not taste good. And in fact, if I showed you the pack that I'm drinking, it's the cranberry lemonade pack, which, by the way, it's a rare flavor. I know. Look at Charlie give that face, little dog. If I love the carbonated ones, but I get the packs because I actually kind of want the carbonated. I don't want carbonation that much, gassy, bubbly, all that. So with the packs, that's why I actually am drinking the Celsius with the bourbon, because I drink a lot of caffeine. I work from home.
So do I. I get it.
Constantly. So I'll have 3 cups of coffee by 3 o'clock, and then I give an hour break. So from 3 to 4, no caffeine. And then starting at 4 is when I'll start my first Celsius pack.
Linda, you sure you're not Italian, man? Like, that's my caffeine diet. Like, 4 o'clock is like espresso time. It's time to perk up. It's time to, not do Diego in the bathroom, but it's time to, wake up.
Get right up.
I just want to put out a public service announcement. Are we as men going to the doctor for our yearly physicals? Because I'm concerned. Like, hearing that, I want blood work done by the end of the year. That's your task. Like, please, just make sure everything's good.
I just had mine. Cholesterol was like a little high, but they were just
like, okay, nothing. That happens. That's life.
Can't fix. It's okay. We're good. Yeah. But otherwise.
That's a lot.
It's the second kid, Charlie. It's the second damn kid.
That's right.
It's second damn kid game, man. And I don't get much sleep, brother. It's literally capped at about 6.5 hours. So at this point, yeah, that's where we're at.
Good man.
All right.
Yeah, real shit.
But bourbon and Celsius, man. I'm telling you.
You'll remember, like, there was like 20 years ago, maybe 20 plus years ago, Budweiser created the energy drink B to the E. Anybody remember that? It was bad. It was like Red Bull and beer. It was not good. It was like the worst fucking thing.
It was real bad. It was real bad.
Yeah.
It was
real
bad.
So bad. No good. Yeah, it was abysmal. Yep, yeah.
How old are y'all? What the fuck was I doing? Like,
I know. I have no idea what they're talking about.
I couldn't drink 20 years ago. That's the thing. I was 13. I don't know. Sorry. Before my time.
Okay. I mean, but like Tarek and I have like let out like he's like, I'm 40 and he said he's older than me. So like we are old.
Y'all
like,
live. Y'all have lived. You all have lived.
Yes, we have lived. We have in fact.
You know, it's like what you said to
and
the
we are
students.
still living.
Yes, that's it. It's like what you said to the students earlier. It's like, you don't know me, but I know you.
There you go. That's real. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm saying.
Love it. Man, okay, so let's finish off with like the football club that you root for, and let's talk about them a little bit and their upcoming match, and let's hear a prediction from you.
Sounds good. All right, so I'm a diehard AC Milan fan, 7-time Champions League winners, just glorious club, historic, wonderful. We both share Mario Balotelli and Brahim Diaz, or we did share both of them. Brahim Diaz, who I still think should be at my team and not at Madrid, and I think City let him go way too early, but that's all. But I appreciate them letting him go. We were able to take him out. We were able to take him on. It's okay.
Also,
but yeah, so Milan.
Also, I'm just gonna go ahead and preemptively claim Olivier Giroud for my personal.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I am a Chelsea fan when it comes to EPL, which they're just bad. They're like Todd Bowley took over the team and they turned into a steaming pile of dog shit. So $1 billion steaming pile of dog shit, and the only way to fix that team is to scorch the earth. I think Pochettino is an overrated manager. I'm waiting for all the knives to come out on me on that comment. I don't think he's good. I think like he's decent for like, I don't know, Leeds, but I think he had one great season at Tottenham, win the most boring Champions League final of all time that they lost. So it's like none of this. I'm not a happy Chelsea fan at all. There's no positives here, except for Thiago Silva, again, former Milan player. So that's probably why. But the more that Chelsea decide to let go of their players, the more Milan benefits. So we take them all and they become better. Milan plays Udinese this weekend. We don't know how to score goals anymore. So as you can all see in Champions League. So it'll probably be a draw, but I say this and we might win. Because usually when I say the opposite happens. I'm not very excited about the rest of the season. I think our ownership didn't make any of the right choices in terms of who we needed to get.
You're not hype over Pulley? Pulisic doesn't do it for you?
Nah, man. Like, nah, man. Like, he's decent, but like, yo, he's decent, and this is probably the best he's ever played, which I'm excited by. But he ain't gonna fucking win. He ain't gonna win or go deep in Champions League with him. Maybe next year. Look, I will say this: he has impressed me. The American player that has impressed me the most is the one that nobody's talking about, Musa.
He's the one.
Dude. Like the silent assassin that needs to be talked about. Like I get because he doesn't score goals, and I get because like he's not making the assists or doing like the Instagrammable plays. I get that. You can't be putting these things all in the highlight reel. But Musa, every single game has just been nothing but quality, and I'm like ready to just give him whatever he wants. Lifetime contract. The dude is the only like bright star we got, because like we signed like so many other like good players, like decent players this summer, but like our manager is like also kind of stuck in his old ways that he ain't gonna play them, so they're not gonna shine. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Both my teams are sort of just like whatever this year. And
how do you feel about that ownership with the Steinbrenner situation? I'm a Yankees fan.
I am a Yankees fan. Like, no, I'll be the first to admit it. I won't hold anything back. Like, I don't like the new owner. I think he's he might be listening. I don't care. Don't care. He has no business being a part of the ownership, the guy that runs this historic club. He didn't know until March of this year, after hunkering down so much money from the Elliott Management Group, that Milan had won the second most amount of Champions League trophies. Like, that's not a good sign. Homeboy is like Gordon Gekko 2.0, and he hired actual Billy Beane from Moneyball, like that dude, to do our scouting. And like, I don't know, you can all tell me like, yes, it worked for the Boston Red Sox, but Billy Beane didn't work for the Boston Red Sox. He worked for the Oakland A's. Have the Oakland A's ever won a World Series? So this is my argument here. So it's like, so there's that. We need a new manager. I think Pioli, what he's done has been fantastic. He's punched above his weight for 4 years. He won us a Scudetto. We went to Champions League semifinals last year to lose to Inter, which I say put on one of the best performances. I will say, look, I know I'm on a City podcast. They put on a better performance than City in the final. You all did rope-a-dope tactics like it was the Rumble in the Jungle and won. And hey, look, you got to win, however it happens. But like, I was blown away by how good Inter were. But that comes down to great coaching and great management. We don't have that. Pioli's not lighting anybody's fire up. If it weren't for guys like Olivier Giroud, if it weren't for Magic Mike Maignan in the back line, if it wasn't for Fico Tamori, we would be probably, I'm not even kidding, like 15th place. Like we're not a good team. Rafael Leao has his moments, but like it all depends on whether or not Rafael Leao wants to play. And it's like it's very disheartening. So anyway, what they should have done this summer was gotten a new manager, gotten players that actually are going to perform. There was talk of Gundogan coming to Milan, which I was very, very excited by. I think he would have been tremendous. Free transfer, all this. And they fumbled the bag because they wanted to go younger and they wanted to go and get players that they can resell. And I understand that this is a business, but those players can be sold at much more higher value when you win. So that's my spiel.
Facts. Right.
Love
And
it.
Chelsea just needs to scorch the earth. That's it. Like, I think, like...
Again?
They
we just did that.
Yeah, well, no. Do it again. Do it again. You know, like when you talked about FIFA earlier, right? Like, you know, like when things are going bad in FIFA, then you just reset. Like, hit that reset button again. Go back, start it over. It's like, I know you guys talked about the Glazers earlier.
Game cheating.
It's the same thing. It's like United needs to hit a reset button on from top to bottom.
Yeah.
So
Cole
That's
Palmer, are you happy? Do you like Cole? Are you okay with Cole? We gave you a good player, maybe.
like
Gave them 2 back-to-back years. They're like our Salvation Army. We just donate to y'all. Like, here, take that.
yeah, and then eventually they come to Milan and become better. It's like what's funny is like again, without Thiago Silva right now, to me is like the only bright star. At 39 years old, he's my age. Like I told Crunk earlier before this podcast started because we were both talking about rugby. I can't run from here to the door without getting winded. So the fact that like Thiago Silva's doing this at 39 with new knees, all the sorts of like issues that he's had, and still putting in 150%, and then you got like 22-year-olds that are just like football, money, great, don't need to do anything. It's like it's so disheartening. It's so disheartening, and I feel like when Thiago Silva leaves Chelsea, the bygone era of like players putting in so much for the badge will be gone with him because he's the last one doing it. And you can say that for so many clubs, and that's not unique to Chelsea. Because the thing is like City now. What's been amazing watching the City come up all these years, especially since the takeover from Sheikh Mansour, has been there was a club that didn't have much history. Now suddenly they have all the history, and now you're seeing players that are living and dying by that badge. Aguero didn't want to leave. David Silva didn't want to leave. Gundogan didn't want to leave, but it happens. It's but you like Joe Hart, prime example. Like Joe Hart, like when Pep came, the devastation on his face that like he's not gonna be the number one.
We throw that man peace, bro. Joe Hart came whole hard.
I know you always had history. I know you always had history.
Whole Hart is crazy. Whole Hart.
But like, yo, XL, I know you always had history. Do not be mad at me. But in comparison to like, I'm not. No, don't start yelling. Don't start yelling. But like,
oh no, we're fine. We're laughing at Whole Heart.
We're laughing at Whole Heart, bro.
He's looking at the chat. He sees the chat from XL.
I'm watching it, and I'm just like, I just.
Oh no,
but it's like, but you're seeing, but what But now you're seeing the fruits of that labor of watching players that want it, like Kevin De Bruyne. You're seeing not only just elite players, you're seeing elite players that will do anything for that badge. That's something that money can't buy. And that's something that like is remarkable. Now, I don't know if that's the winning philosophy that City has gone in with Sheikh Mansour taking over, or if that's the Pep philosophy going in. Because when we saw Pep at Bayern, ain't no one living and dying by that badge except for the players that were there that he inherited. All the players that he signed were like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm out of here as soon as you're gone too. Barca's Barca, but like that's, you know, we all saw him cut his teeth there, and everyone, most of the players that played with him love him, you know, albeit your Zlatan Ibrahimovic's or maybe your...
Don't bring that up, bro. Calma,
but it's like... Hey, Zlatan's my boy, baby. Come on.
That's fair. That's fair. He's also a lot of people's boy. I don't know if AC Milan is the only club claiming him.
Fair enough. But the best club.
There's a LA Galaxy fan right now claiming him.
Yes.
Zlatan is ours.
He's our guy. Yes.
El tráfico.
But like but what I'm getting at though, like with City though, is that you're seeing these players do their thing, not just for a paycheck, and that is remarkable. Especially with the EPL, like these guys can go anywhere they want, and they know. If they're worth the money, they will be paid. But like the fact that they can get paid and show that honor, come on now. Like I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it. Now with the City brass listening in on this podcast, if you want to send Noel and Liam Gallagher to be on Curva Mundial, look. You know, let them know, and we can talk about that later on. But it also it is like an amazing thing though to see like a ton of like fans of this team that because when I was growing up, and I mean this, and I've said this a bunch on Curva Mundial, was that it was always United, and the Gallaghers became the greatest ambassadors and advertisement oasis for Manchester City, because without them, I don't think most Americans during the heyday of Britpop would have had any idea who City were. Then the money happens, and then Aguero happens, and of course Mario and Mancini and everybody, and the rest is history. Mm-hmm. But there was a period of I don't know, half my life, more than half my life, where it's just there were two brothers that had terrible unibrows that made phenomenal music that were the only ones waving this team's flag. And now seeing other City fans around, it's wow, this is what happens when you run things properly.
Yeah. And we don't look back in anger at all.
Oh, well played, my friend. Well played
about any of this.
Well played. We
like to just look forward and take it what it is.
Well played.
All right, Sal. Well, please plug yourself, plug Curva Mundial, do all those things.
So if you're not tired of listening to my voice, I congratulate you. But if you want to listen to more, go to anchor.fm/Curva-Mundial. Follow me on Twitter, Curva Mundial Pod, all one word. And you can see what's happening. I do 3 seasons a year with 11 episodes a season to signify the 11 players on the field. I call it my starting 11. In between each season, I do extra time, which I bring back a previous guest, update them, all the terminology, Sharpie Charlie. Make it catchy. But we do have a ton of fun. And again, it's just it's a deep dive into someone's culture. You can travel to Peru without leaving your headphones, which I think is wonderful because Peru has amazing food.
Oh, Peruvian food is dope.
It's the best, right? Isn't it dope? I will eat Peruvian chicken until I can't anymore.
Oh my God! Do they still got that spot in Queens in Pio Pio off of in Jackson Heights?
We still got that spot. Come on, man.
Let's go, Papa. Let's go. I'll be on your neck of the woods in about 2 months, bro. Tranqui, Curva. I'm gonna come chilling with you in a little bit, bro. I'm definitely linking with you when I'm back on the Queen side.
Sounds good.
Were all of our guests today from New York?
Hey, yo.
That's why this episode was so good.
Hey, yo.
I think so. Hey, there it is.
Proud, baby. Proud,
Jay-Z and
baby.
Alicia
Thank you
Keys.
all so, like, seriously, this has been, like, such a thrill to be on here because, again, what you all are doing is so special and so important, and just to be a part of this is incredible in just, like, the smallest capacity, but just you all just keep kicking ass and taking names and having the time of your life and doing everything that football fans should be doing, which is bringing people together, talking. Most importantly, just getting to know and meet new people. So there's that.
That's love,
And
bro.
Excel, please do not be mad at me, Excel. We have the Mario.
Yeah, go back connect. No, truly, like, thank you for what you're doing and keep doing yours. And hey, you know how to get a hold of me. Please stay in touch. I'll be in touch. You have a good rest of your night.
You too. Thank you, guys.
Enjoy
See
New
ya.
York, bro.
Later,
All right, man. This was a wonderful lit stream. Want to give a shout out to our guests, XL Bond, Saul, Puneet, Saul, Sal. He has a new nickname now. Sal the Soul. Sal the Sun. We're gonna figure this out. And whenever we can get a chance for Lando to flex his whole, like, his New York, that New York can, like, just sneak out a little bit more. I love that. I personally enjoy that.
It's a great place to be, man. The next time I'm in that city, I need to go definitely link up with him. That is a great
Please.
Queens in itself, man. Just Spider-Man's from Queens. Enough said, bro.
We can end right there. That's perfect.
Right.
There we go.
I am from
that's
chocolate. Got the Sharpie Charlie. Got the Lando. Got the Tom Bomb. We are the Shades of Blue. This is the lit stream, and you know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.